Good day, everyone. Scooter coming to you live from the Granville Guitars World Headquarters here in lovely, sunny, warm St. Petersburg, Florida. Today is March the where's my calendar? I believe it's the 25th. It's Saturday, the 25th. Came in on a weekend to say goodbye to our good friend here, serial number 4. Basically get it all tidied up, properly burnt in, played on it some. Just getting it ready to go, getting it ready to pack up and get out of here and head off to its new owner. Once again, for those of you who don't know, this is the Granville AMD800, which is my take on the classic JCM 800 2204 50-watt circuit. The tweaks are minor and, hardly worth mentioning, to be honest with you. It's mostly about component choices for me, and lead dress, construction, stuff like that. It just translates into a better sound and a reliable instrument. That's kind of what we try to do here. So anyway, I'm not even running a pedal into the front end of this thing today. I want you to hear what the sound of the amp is. And this is the first one I have done with the optional Mercury Magnetics transformer set. That adds $250 to the price of the amp. But that money represents the price difference between my stock transformers, which are excellent, and the Mercuries. I don't mark them up any more than what they cost me. I'm a big believer in Mercuries. I think they have a fine product, and in the vast majority of cases, in a lot of cases, they're the only option. They make so many different transformers that you just can't find anymore. But all the products they make, everyone over there in Patrick Selfridge, wonderful people, wellsprings of information, excellent American-made product. So anyway, this is the first Granville AMD amplifier with Mercury Magnetics transformers in it. And I've been waiting to do it, and this customer opted for that option, and so there you go. Now, as you can see, I've evolved my cosmetics a little bit. We're using chicken heads for the knobs now. And I like the classic look of the Marshall knob, obviously. But it can be a little problematic when you're trying to see on a darkly lit stage, what your settings are and make adjustments. And I took a little informal poll on Facebook, and the majority of responses were for the chicken head. So that's what we went for. I'm using a chicken head that the finish is black onyx. It's kind of a shiny black, which sort of echoes the look of the old Marshall knob at its center, but it has the chicken head pointer, which makes it much easier to work with. So our settings are presence is on about 2, bass is a little under 2, middle is at about 7. I've got treble around 3. Master and pre are both around 3, and I'm plugged into the high sensitivity input. I've got my 2013 Gold Top Les Paul, Seymour Duncan pickups, all the usual good stuff that you want to find on a Les Paul. And I'm going to control most everything right off the guitar. We're going to fiddle around with the controls here in a minute, rather. But I've got the volumes at about 3 on each pickup in the middle. It's a big, beautiful, clean sound. right off the guitar, just have the volumes turned down. So if you want to, here's the bridge pickup. It's one of the things I love about this preamp design. You can really control how much grit you have with just playing dynamics and with fiddling around with your tone and volume controls. Come up to about 7. Classic British, big, wonderful sound. But even leaving the volume control up at 10, it wants to run away. You just back it off a hair and lighten up on your playing. Or you can snap to the other pickup that's set to a lower volume. Let's try our friend the neck pickup. Give it some volume here. Incidentally, pickups on board this guitar. Duncan distortion in the bridge, Duncan 59 in the neck. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. No funny business in the electronics, nothing active, no preamp, nothing. There are 300K pots in here. I'm a big believer in Gibson 300K pots. Go ahead, have your debates. For really dialing in a lot of different stuff, yeah, I think you want 300K. All right, let's gain up the preamp a little bit. Gets a little more dirt here. Going to 6 on the preamp. Oh yeah, love it. Love this thing. There's just a ton of different stuff you can do with it. Want a little more preamp? Let's go. Okay, now I'm going to take the master down a hair. Take the pre all the way. And that's just scratching the surface. Like I said, my favorite ways to play this thing are to kind of even up the master and the pre. And then just sort of play with your volumes on your guitar. Just rolled the tone off on the neck pickup. Sorry, I get hypnotized. Anyway, I think that's about all I wanted to cover today. You can compare this video. It's probably not a real fair comparison because it's different tubes, different guitars, probably with some of my earlier videos of the other AMD models. But I think there's a definite tonal difference with the Mercuries. It's kind of hard to quantify. Is it better? Well, if it suits you, yeah, it is better. You know, I'm seriously considering putting Mercuries in my personal AMD800. That's how much I like the sound of these transformers. So they're excellent. Again, seek out our friends over at Mercury Magnetics for all your tube amp transformer needs, because they're great people and they have a great product. That's really the bottom line. It seems seems like there's a little bit more dimensionality, particularly to the clean sounds. It's just a heck of a lot of fun. Anyway, that's all we got time for today. The Granville AMD800 serial number 4. If you're interested in one, seek us out on the web at granvilleguitars.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, and you can check out our blog over at WordPress, A View from the Granville Bench. That's all I know for today. Have a nice Memorial Day weekend if you're watching this weekend, and be kind to one another, all right?